Hey everybody, it's Mike. Today I want to shoot this video standing up because I'd like to talk about motion creates emotion, and moving around and allowing yourself to express your nonverbals may allow you to communicate a little bit more clear to the audience. Today I want to take a few minutes to talk to you about new hire onboarding. There's some statistics that can talk about the detrimental effects that happen when there is ineffective onboarding, and 2 out of 3 employers and managers will say that they think their organizations do not do enough with onboarding. And what I can say from my personal experience is that a lot of organizations try and squeeze that into the first week or 2 weeks on the job, and then kind of just push the employees out to a desk with a phone and kind of tell them to fend for themselves. If you have questions, come back and ask. Well, the research shows that onboarding isn't just something that takes a few days or a few weeks, but a first few months, even the first year on the job, to fully acclimate someone into their new role. What onboarding can be described as is the process to help new employees become from outsiders to insiders within your organization. And that's a process that has to take place because they're like sponges for their first several weeks and months on the job. They're understanding organizational culture, they're understanding personalities in the workforce, the workflow, and the processes to get things done. So you can show them the systems and say, here it is, here's the basics, do you have any questions? They're probably going to say no, like most people do when you ask, are there any questions? Most people are quiet, but then questions come up and they want to bring them up. So there needs to be some ongoing coaching that happens through this onboarding process to say, hey, how's it going? You know, are you grasping what we're working on? And I've worked with some organizations where we kind of started with what you need to know, what you want to know, and what's nice to know. And we prioritized it from there, and then we put it into a time frame. What do we teach in the first week, the second month, the third month? What are we reviewing in the second quarter and the third quarter to continue to coach them along to help shorten the learning curve and make them successful within the organization. A lot of employees will leave within the first 45 days if they have a poor onboarding experience. So it's very important that you give them the nurturing they need early on. I'm going to talk about 3 keys to success of a successful onboarding program. And the first is clarity. And that's clarity in the understanding of the role and the main responsibilities within the role. The second is confidence, that they learn new tasks and they can do them confidently and independently. So that doesn't happen with the flip of a switch. You give them pieces of the task, you have them bring that back so someone else can review the work, give them some feedback, send them back to make adjustments, and you continue to build on that until they can complete an entire task and an entire process independently with confidence that it will be submitted to the expectation of the company. Expectations is another thing that's very important when it comes to management. If you want your employees to do well, you need to be very clear on what the expectation is of the completed task. So there's communication that has to continue to happen. We also coach a lot of managers and leaders on doing a better job of communicating expectations, checking in, and providing constructive feedback to continue to build up their employees. The third one is connection, and that's the interpersonal relationships and making yourself feel like you're accepted by others. I talk a lot about psychological safety being a best practice to productivity and developing a culture of innovation and growth mindset. If you want people to bring new ideas to the table, they need to feel comfortable to make new suggestions and not be criticized or ridiculed for them. The no question's a dumb question philosophy is good because it gets people comfortable to ask questions. Maybe they don't have to ask it to their manager, they can ask it to their colleagues. If their colleagues can't answer it, they can roll it up to someone else who can. But it's important that people are comfortable to ask questions, to give feedback, and to even question the way things are done. If you have suggestions for improvement and you learn to communicate solutions to problems, you can be very valuable to an organization. But it's all about diplomacy and not attacking someone's idea saying, no, it's wrong, you're dumb, but saying, is there a better way to do this? Have you ever tried it this way? What made us do it like this? And a lot of times it's just an immature process that hasn't been polished and has room for improvement. And people are usually open to suggestions if you're providing a solution to a problem or a way to increase productivity or efficiency or effectiveness of an existing policy or procedure. So with that being said, I'm going to keep it short. Clarity, confidence, and connection are three things that are very important for any new hire onboarding program. I can get into much deeper depth with you. This is something that is going to be different for every organization, and it's going to be different for a lot of roles within your organization. So it's important there's cross-departmental communication. What does HR pick up? What does sales pick up? What does marketing pick up? Where does management step in? And outlining those roles and responsibilities in the onboarding process. I look forward to sharing some more with you about how companies can develop cultures that increase the performance of their employees and also help with their retention, their productivity, and their overall brand loyalty to your company, to your customers, and to your organization. I look forward to speaking to you again. This is Mike. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. There will be more to follow. Thanks, and I'll see you soon.